Hello and welcome to another Bold Networking training topic. This week's training topic is about leadership roles. And while initially that's very self-serving, because I'd love to have nothing more than every team to have fantastic leadership and Bold would grow even faster. And frankly, the teams need leadership. Right? We need a coach to orchestrate everything and get a venue or host the meeting online, get the leadership into place. We need team trainers to discuss topics like this so everybody gets better together. Our, our skill set grows, our ability to handle introductions grows, our ability to get introductions and how to hand those off grows. Those are great. Social directors make sure we get promoted on social media. Presentation coaches make sure the meetings keep going and stay on time. Visitors coaches make sure everybody gets checked in and very welcoming to visitors. Nothing worse than going to an event and nobody saying hi or welcome, any of those kind of things. So leadership roles are extremely important to just the function of a team. And that makes a lot of sense to me. But what I'd like you to consider today as part of today's training topic is why would you bother? Why would you consider stepping up into a leadership role and really what's in it for you? And frankly, there's not a whole lot of time investment. Excuse me, most of the leadership roles take no more than 10 or 15 extra minutes a week on top of the things you would likely be doing anyway. I mean, for example, you're going to have connect meetings. You're going to show up anyway. You're going to come early and hopefully stay late. You're going to welcome new guests. You're going to want to have connect meetings. You're going to do all of those things anyway. Being in a leadership role, you just elevate that a little bit more. There's a little bit more sense of ownership. But with that ownership comes a lot of benefits that I can't even begin to enumerate here in the video. Probably the most important comes from the fact that you're adding more value. And when we add more value, we gain more influence. And the more influence in the networking world and the sales world ultimately leads to receiving more introductions and having greater sales. So greater success in networking actually comes from being a leader. Super helpful for doing that. Some other things that it does, it increases your influence in your market. Eventually, you're going to become the go-to person. You're so connected that they're going to say, hey, who do you know? I get those calls almost weekly. Another thing that's going to happen is visitors that come to your networking event are going to see you in a leadership role and want to connect with you. So again, your influence is increased. Plus, it feels good. We're adding value. We're making the events a better place to go, better events for everybody else, but also for us a little bit selfishly. Uh, Lots of things come from hosting great events. So I hope you'll consider stepping up into one of the leadership roles. So let's go through them real quick. Your team coaches are essentially responsible for setting up the meeting, all the logistics, also coordinating who the leaders are, approves or disapproves members to join, industry overlap, really everything that is to be a meeting is ran through the coach. So the first point of contact. Your team trainer is one of the most critical roles. In addition to being a backup for the team coach, should they not be able to make it for any reason, they're also going to handle the training topic. And the training topics are really not that easy. That's why we started these videos, is simply because we teach a little bit differently. And we hope that there's a conversation going on at the weekly event, that the trainer's posing the questions, and then there's a great dialogue or discussion that comes out of that. I call it Socratic learning. They're also the team coach and the team trainer are likely going to participate in the weekly training to learn more about the unique things that Bold Networking teaches so they could take it back to the team at a much higher quality level. Social directors are going to be on Facebook. They're going to be on LinkedIn. They're going to make sure that the weekly presenters are promoted every week. And then the following week, they're going to say, hey, remember the person that just presented? And this week, let's go like so-and-so's Facebook page. They're the social butterflies kind of connecting everything on digital. The presentation coach is a pretty critical position. They keep time. Not only do they keep time for the 60-second commercials, the 6-minute presentation, and the 30-second commercials, but they help the team with their commercials. So they'll have templates available and resources available. Should they be asked to help out, say, hey, how do I say that? I'm getting ready to do my 6-minute presentation. What do you recommend? They also have to play bad cop occasionally. When somebody just can't seem to get things done in 60 seconds and always goes over. I call those folks the on and ons. They just go on and on and on and on. It may be some tough love to go, hey, you're actually getting less instead of more. The longer you talk, the less influence or less impact you're having. So they may have to play bad cop occasionally and let the timer go off really loud. Another role we have is visitors coaches, and they're just welcomers, right? We're going to welcome people into our community, make them feel part and that they belong, likely be one of the first people to have connect meetings with them. So there's a couple of the leadership roles that we have. And even if you don't have an official title as a leader, you could still assume the function of those roles. You could still step up and help the leaders, or if there isn't a person in that position, take over most of the role for your coach. If there's an open position in your team, make sure you get a hold of your coach and volunteer at least for a season, in hopes that not only will the event become better, but you'll become better, that your skill set will grow and that your influence will grow. I hope this has been a helpful training topic, and you could come up with some other ideas that may help your team be a better team. Thanks so much.